Are you starting?
Oh yeah, we are. We on, girl.
Oh, well, welcome back to God knows what episode of Discordant Whisperers.
21.
We're on 20. Are you shitting me? We're on 21?
21.
Wow. Okay, so on episode 21 of Discordant Whispers, going around, we have, as our party, we have Addison, Cathixis, Gnomenclature, Ozone, and Daergram. Would you like to... Dr. Daergram, yeah, I'm so sorry. Oh my goodness.
You worked hard for that.
He did, doctor, it's these things.
I mean, are you still technically a doctor if you try to commit suicide, though?
Well, I feel like that's how he became a doctor.
Do you lose the title if you do something like that?
Why would
I would imagine
It's
yes.
mine. I earned it.
You tried to do the one thing that doctors are supposed to not do: take a life.
To save another.
To save I can't. I'm not dealing with any of you people tonight. So you guys are to recap what has gone on. In the previous episode, we Cathixis. Well, first of all, the party went into a room that looks somewhat like a laboratory, with lots of small fae in containment jars. And each of them picked up some nice goodies in that room, corresponding to each of the fae that were being studied. Cathixis wandered into a further room by himself and found 3 larger containers with much larger beings in them.
As he often does.
One of which he let loose, and that being gifted him with a interesting golden bladed chain. Which, do you have the stats for that? No, I haven't given you the stats for that because you don't know that yet. So he has a very interesting golden bladed chain, which seems to have, oh my god, which seems to have a bit of a life of its own. They moved into a further room and they saw an interesting figure sitting at a table, dressed in all black silks and leathers, and that person smiled at them and then disappeared in a flash of violet light, leaving 2 books on a table. One of them bound in black leather, the second one bound in silver. They explored this room. They found some other books which they started interestingly reading. And Daergram moved on yet again alone in a dungeon to a further room,
Room 10,
and found a Nothic that looked somewhat familiar to him, that was trying to piece together a broken crystal ball by waving a wand over it. Wasn't having much success, and Daergram started to try to communicate with this Nothic, and it seems like this Nothic is somehow familiar to him, and Daergram is trying to get information out of this Nothic, and that is where we left off, and this is where we shall continue. So, Daergram,
what's up?
This Nothic. And everyone walked into the room, I believe, at some point to see this Nothic trying to communicate with Daergram. I'm pretty sure that happened.
Well, I'm pretty sure we all figured it out.
I thought we were actually on our way to go into room 8. I could have sworn that's where we left off. Like all of us.
Yeah, we were gonna go. Yeah, we spoke to it. Like he was trying to speak to it. We had a whole thing, and we were like, "Oh shit!" And I remember Ozone, Addison, and Cathixis just kind of being like, "Yeesh," when we realized who it was.
Yeah, I seem to remember the
friend.
I seem to remember the Nothic being reluctant to go.
Yeah, we were gonna go in his stead.
Right. Okay. So the Nothic is reluctant to go. So it's kind of like. So you guys are heading towards room 8?
Yeah, I think we were going to go from room 7 into it.
Yeah, I believe so. I believe that's how it was set up, right?
Yeah. Yeah, you can get to room 8 through room 7. So you're heading back that way towards room 7. So that Nothic is going to start wailing and screaming pitifully and pulling on your robes to not go in.
But we have to.
It shakes its head violently. back and forth.
Is this thing? I'm trying to think if it's intelligent enough, but I don't even have anything to like help communicate with it. So I just like look. Do we remember what was the? It was just
Cathixis knows that they speak Farspeak.
I never mentioned that, but yeah.
I said Cathixis knows this, that they speak Farspeak.
Now they know.
No, they don't. You know. I'm just reminding you.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I look at the thing, and I kind of go up to it a little bit.
His name is Quinn LaFontaine.
No, it wasn't. That's the vampire.
Oh, I thought that's who you were talking about.
Oh.
Okay.
But no, so I'll go up to the Nothic, and I'll because they're smaller, or are they just hunched?
Well, they're somewhat the same size they were in life, more or less, but hunched over. So this one is about dwarf sized, but it's the same general dimensions of a dwarf, just spiky and purple all over.
Okay, yeah. So I'll crouch down a little bit, like to kind of get closer to eye level with it.
Mm-hmm.
What are you afraid of?
Give me a charisma.
Like a persuasion?
Yeah, give me a charisma check. No, just a charisma check. Flat charisma.
Is it like a saving throw?
Just a check. Well, actually, it's charisma deception.
Deception.
Did we fight at all today?
I mean, we just started playing.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, I mean in the adventure day. Have we fought before?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. I just killed a friend.
Yes, you did.
Yeah, and remember when we went into the room where we got all the dust, I threw a vial when it screamed mine, and I paralyzed it, and we murdered it.
Yep.
Gotcha.
All
Just
right,
wanted to make sure.
Yeah, I got a 24.
I got a crit. I got a nat 20. So let me see. 1 second.
Fuck you, 24.
At the same time?
So, it kind of tilts its head to the side, and it puts both of its hands, one hand on either side of your face, and it says to you, oh God, what was his name?
Is this a compulsion?
No. What was his name? What was your ex's name again?
Oh, Quentin.
It says to you, don't seek Quentin out. He'll hurt you.
Oh, it says don't seek Quentin out?
Yeah, he'll hurt you. He's not as he was.
Yeah, so it just looks at me and just says that to me?
Yeah.
You is gonna stab the bitch.
When it says that, I say, for better or for worse?
It kind of it opens its mouth to try to speak, but you don't understand the words that come out. Cathixis understands them as for different.
I just respond to, he said, he's different.
Yeah, so I just I turn, look over at Cathixis, and then I look back over at I guess the old Nothic. I nod. That's not what I was asking, though. Why are you afraid to go in there? What danger is there?
So, give me another charisma deception check.
21.
Yeah, that wins. That wins hardcore. Basically, when you feel almost like something is trying to push into your mind, you feel like a sort of alien presence is trying to push its way into your mind, and it makes you feel weird. But instead, your mind ends up like the sort of how to explain it. The tendril that was pushing forward into your mind collapses and allows you instead into his. Allows you instead into his, and what you see is
all manner of fucked up shit.
Yes. So as soon as I start feeling that that's what's happening, and I can feel like the mental victory, I put my hands on his head, like on either side of his head, like what he was doing to me.
Yeah. What you see is what looks like a weave of fabric unraveling string by string. And then when you focus on this weave, the image that you see is that sort of distortion in the middle of the room. So you seem to think that these two images are connected: the unraveling weave and that distortion.
So okay. So can I roll like an Arcana check maybe to see if I can try to grasp what that is?
Yeah, absolutely.
Nat 20.
Okay, so you know exactly what it is. The weave of reality itself is coming apart, and that's what that distortion it is. That's what that distortion is.
So that seal, like that sigil that's in the floor in the other room, is somehow channeling that, but it is distorted and unraveling it in that area.
Yeah. So something in the ritual that took place in that room was using this sort of I mean, it's a nat 20, so why not go into the whole thing? So the ritual itself was using the waste of creation, which is basically the chaos to order, to kind of create a new life form. And in doing so, it warped reality, and that warping of reality is starting to slowly unravel reality itself.
And that's a similar ritual that was performed. That's what created the vampires.
Correct.
But so this was a long time ago, and so ultimately, people who've tried utilizing this afterwards have just been like fracturing and fraying at it.
People, yeah. So. Well, you don't know that because that's not what you were looking for, but yes.
Yeah, that's kind of, just the fact that he's afraid of it and there's more of those things, I imagine people going there trying to utilize it in any way are just kind of fucking it up more.
Yeah.
This is me just inferring. Like, this is Addison just, like, kind of just trying to, like...
Shower thoughts.
Yeah, try to, like, think ahead and just be like, okay, so this is what's going on, that's what it's afraid of. How can we, like, counter that? Or what can we do? Like, just frantically trying to think, but trying to, like, maintain their composure.
All right. So now, Addison, you're stuck in this Nothic's brain in the sense that, like, you're just caught in rapture of seeing all this. Like, this is consuming your mind and sight right now.
It's basically like when, like, a telepath is, like, basically doing... It's like I'm there... and I'm in his head, so it's like I'm not cognizant of what's happening around me because I'm literally pitching around in his head.
Exactly. You're completely dead to the world around you. What you guys see is Addison grasping the head of this Nothic, and this Nothic shrieking in agony and pain.
So when I see this, I'm very, very, very curious. So I'm going to cast Detect Thoughts.
On what?
The Nothic.
You're gonna cast Detect Thoughts on the Nothic.
Yes.
Okay. Go ahead.
The way it works is when he first does it, he gets whatever the very first like surface thought is. So honestly, it might just be screaming and pain.
Yeah, what the initial thing that you get is just agony.
And then after that, it has to make, I think, a wisdom saving throw
Wisdom save.
to fight against his like
Mental invasion.
Yeah.
Okay. Easy. Okay. So I have to beat a what?
A 15.
Yeah, it's fine. I lost.
A 14, not a 15.
I still lost. All right. So what happens now? Now what do you do?
Now I'm reading its every thought.
Yeah, now he's in its head like I am.
Okay, so in its head, you see the images. You see more or less of the images that Addison is seeing, but it doesn't make as much sense to you because the Nothic's mind is not guiding you. The Nothic basically let Addison in and is a sort of unwilling guide to what Addison is experiencing. So to you, what makes sense to Addison, give me an insight check.
Yeah, I get all of the...
Yeah, but the thing is...
It's just not sorted.
Well, no, but the thing is, I think where he's going with it is...
His mind is alien. Its mind is alien, so, like, you're not going into the mind of something that you would necessarily easily understand. So the reason I'm asking for an insight check is just to see if you can understand what you're seeing.
I got a 21.
Yeah, you can understand what you're seeing.
Yeah, because it's just like everything is like out of whack and kind of...
Yeah.
So it's like taking the time to focus on it.
Yeah. I would say it takes you longer than Addison, but you can kind of grasp what's going on.
Okay.
Yeah. As for the rest of you,
I'm just gonna watch.
I'm ready to go in that room.
You're gonna watch us. Okay. So, just let me know when one of you is going to like.
Yeah.
What's Ozone doing?
Yeah, I got distracted, and now I feel like the kid that the bus left behind, and I'm still at the bus station. So I haven't really been following exactly because something happened while I was here. So maybe the last minute. Well, no, last minute of game time, not real life.
All right. So Addison, Addison was exploring inside the Nothic's mind. What you see as what you're watching as Addison is you see her holding onto the Nothic's head and the Nothic shrieking and flailing in agony.
Okay, and that's physical contact, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And then John's character went and also is somehow.
Yeah, but John's character is not necessarily like lost. John's character is just kind of like observing. He's still present. Addison seems to be someplace else mentally.
Okay.
So because my actual subconscious isn't there, it's busy. I'm actively searching inside this creature's mind. My body is just acting on muscle memory. It looks like I'm pinching something and putting it into a tiny container.
It looks like you're pinching something. You're trying to steal?
No, basically like breaking up his weed so that way he can roll it up and smoke it.
Oh my fucking god, I hate you.
He's ready for the trip.
I fucking hate you. Okay, go on.
I think my favorite thing about the whole idea is standing there just watching this creature scream.
Yeah.
He's miming building a pipe, and everyone else is just standing there like, oh, it's screaming. Let's go into the other room.
It's free.
Oh wait, Daergram went into the...
Daergram's like Daergram.
I'm just
doesn't
waiting
even
on you
care
guys.
about his long lost friend. Daergram, what are you
Right.
doing?
All of a sudden.
Dr. Daergram, one who wants to end all pain and suffering. What are you doing?
I'm like by the entrance of room 8. I'm like
Oh my
waiting to go
God.
in for you guys to finish doing your little like thing.
Oh my
Come
God.
on, guys, let's go.
Complete.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. So, all right.
That's
So you
wild.
walked it. Okay, so let's follow Daergram for a while. So you walked out of the room.
Yeah, I'm in room 7 now.
Yeah. Okay. Keep going. What's going on? Talk me through what you're doing.
I thought we were in.
No, you
Yeah,
guys are
I
in
know.
room 9.
You guys are in room 9. That's where the Nothic was.
I thought that was all in room 6 that happened.
No, the
No,
Nothic
no.
originally was in room 10. We walked into 9 to read, because that's where you guys were at while I went ahead. And now,
Mhm.
he's like, bad juju in room 8. I'm just like, we gonna have to destroy bad juju, and maybe you be good. That's my plan. So me
Right.
and my buddy Alexander are about to go in this room, and y'all gonna come with me?
Well, did you ask them to come with?
You're doing your own thing, so don't even ask us. Just do what you're gonna do.
I did.
Well,
I was
so
like,
you-
let's go, guys.
So okay, so wait, no, we have to, you can't. So Addison is holding on to the Nothic. It's shrieking in agony. And Daergram, you turn to them and ask, so come on guys, are you coming? I just want to fully grasp
Exactly like that.
exactly like that.
Yes.
Okay, so let's continue. So Daergram says, hey guys, are you coming? What do you guys do?
The Ozone's gonna say, I don't know if I should speak. Should I yell louder? I don't know if you guys can hear that.
We can hear Benny.
This thing is screaming out of taste. I don't know.
So Ozone's gonna tell Dr. Daergram, like, I don't know, dude. Like, isn't this your friend? Your friend's freaking out right now. And I'll indicate the one-eyed monster that he apparently had a connection to not 30 seconds ago.
Oh no, I know exactly. I'm like, he doesn't want us to go in here because he's afraid that we'll get hurt. But we have to destroy the evil.
Dude, did Ozone have any
Right,
indicator
right,
that
so-
there's evil there? Other than what's
in
I
the
only
other
read his
room?
books. Yeah, like we read. I remember we read some books, and there was a conversation.
You read some books. The Nothic indicated he didn't want to go in there, so you might think that maybe not necessarily evil, but you might think there's something dangerous in there. Like you could think many things about why the Nothic doesn't want to go in there. There could be something dangerous in there. There could be something evil in there.
Yeah, you can literally think anything you
Yeah.
want to.
So,
Well, yeah, absolutely.
Ass gremlins.
What ass gremlins? There could definitely be ass gremlins in there.
Oh, then Ozone dives ass first into the room.
Dr. Daergram knows
Now we learned
that
something about Ozone.
Dr. Daergram knows that something's dangerous in there. Ralph knows that he's about to roll initiative real soon.
Yeah, that's what it is. So this is okay. So this is Daergram's mindset. Like I just want to make sure that I'm fully.
Well, the thing is,
No.
Daergram doesn't have a mindset. It's all Ralph.
Yeah.
So the
All right.
mindset. So the mindset is Addison's distracting him, so I can go into the other room unimpeded.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, fine. So continue.
When Daergram says the whole thing about, like, is anyone else coming, the Nothic hears this.
Oh, I am aware that he's gonna hear it.
Well, it
The
doesn't.
Nothic does not hear this. The Nothic and
Yeah.
the Nothic and
He's getting mind fucked.
Quinn and I are we're not aware of what's
Yeah.
happening.
Their minds are locked.
And what anyone is saying.
Yeah, the Nothic has no control. The only way, because of this is like obviously metagaming, but because of Addison's nat 20, Addison is in complete control. So whenever Addison decides to let go is when the Nothic will be able to be present again, and the same thing for Addison.
Yeah.
So as of now,
Nomenclature is aware because he's sifting through the stuff, but he can still hear what's happening, right?
Nomenclature is aware.
Okay. All right. Yeah. You guys do what you're gonna do. I'm literally gonna take all the information out of this thing. Like, I want to know everything about it, who it was, what it knows. So you guys can play for a bit. And
All right, there, mind flayer.
I'll not pay attention.
Okay. All right. So continue.
The mind flayer. Addison's race changes. No, but you're the one with the tentacles for.
Well, she's probably gonna start growing some tentacles now too.
All right, so Ozone's gonna say, dude, like, I think Addison's doing something with your friend here.
Oh, he is. Oh, she is.
They are.
Wait, Peter's character's a girl?
It's they?
Yeah.
You said like 3 times earlier.
I probably did. I apologize.
That's because Peter's inconsiderate and he's a fucking gender Nazi.
I am. I'm terrible. I'm so sorry.
Learn to respect people's pronouns, asshat.
I will. I'm so sorry, Addison.
No, wait, seriously? Peter's character's a girl?
They are lost in
Oh my fucking god.
But anyway, after you say that, I say they are currently ripping. They are currently scouring through the mind of your friend here, and I am along for the ride. So if you wouldn't mind, I just turn back and like refocus on the creature.
Mm-hmm.
So like Ozone's gonna say, so is there like a status report? Like, what? I can't really see what's going on.
So what information has Addison gleaned so far? Because I'm new.
The main thing that Addison sees is she sees the fabric of reality parting, and she sees within the fabric of reality. She sees within that hole. What?
Nothing. Continue.
She sees within that. They see within. I'm sorry. Oh my god, I'm so bad. They see within that.
Wait, this is. Oh, so I should be here.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I walked away because I was like, I didn't want to be involved, but now since I am, okay, sorry.
I personally.
Yeah. So they see within that. It's almost like it's almost like a bit of the future. It's almost like a bit of a possible future is playing out for you. Mm-hmm. So what you see is as this unraveling expands, everything, all life around it, all life that it touches starts warping and changing. So you get the idea that this is where the Nothics came from in the first place. Mm-hmm. That anything that spends too much time here is affected by the energy of this thing and is forever changed. That this is why the trees outside have like turned into almost like stone gnarl, black stone gnarly kind of spikes. So and that it will only get worse if it's allowed to continue.
So when I am given this bit of information, I turn to Ozone and I say, reality itself is being mismanaged. There's a blight on life itself, and we're on a clock. Yep, we're on a clock. This may happen to us too. So I think we should keep going, because I like my life. Mm-hmm. And I don't want this.
You do, however, get the idea that this is happening. That while this is happening, it's happening very slowly, but it's slowly accelerating. So
It's exponential.
it's exactly. It's accelerating exponentially. So it took hundreds of years for it to progress from the size of a pinpoint to the size of a basketball, which is where it is now.
But as of a basketball to a boulder has only been like a decade.
Right. Exactly.
Okay.
Oh, you don't get all the information from it.
Yeah.
You have to ask it questions to guide it.
And you were the one who's guiding it.
Yeah, but I'm connected to it. You're not following my train. You're doing it separately. That's what he was saying. That's why you have to do an insight check.
Oh.
Because I'm reading it. It's a minute, and you know its emotional state. You learn its reasoning. So you can get like the danger and stuff. But yeah, you're not getting all the
that looms larger.
Yeah, so you're getting ideas and feelings, but you're not getting the same concrete stuff that I'm getting. Because I want to see how long it lasts.
Well, if it's ideas and feelings, like, you know, those ideas would probably present themselves as pictures. So, like, he could probably see these pictures. Whether or not he can actually piece those pictures together and figure them out is why I asked for an insight check.
Oh, yeah. That's why I was just looking to see how long it lasts.
Mm-hmm.
So I look at them and I go, okay, so basically bad is getting worse, and it's happening real fast. So if we're going to do something, we need to take action now.
Well, that's what I've been saying.
Shut the fuck up and do something, and then I, like, get ready to act.
Sure. So, well, I guess that settles it. And like I start heading to the door to see like what I see after Daergram goes through clearly first.
Oh, I haven't gone into room 8. I'm just like by the door.
Yeah, when you do that's where I will clearly be behind.
Don't laugh like that. Just don't.
Alright, so you two are heading toward room 8. What are the rest of you doing?
Yeah, I'm getting bored here. I'll follow them too.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm like right behind Daergram. That's what I was saying when I was like, action is necessary now. Let's go.
So you've disconnected and you're headed over.
Nope. I'm still connected. Unless there's
It only lasts a minute.
Yeah, but this hasn't been a minute. It's once there's 2 feet of rock between us, that's when it'll cancel out. Unless the minute expires first. But I think it is like 30 seconds.
Yeah, Ozone's on a high. He just learned Sylvan, so he wants to apply it.
You haven't learned the language, the book to learn the language.
Okay. So I know only like the curse words.
It's not a magic item in the sense that you magically now know Sylvan. You have a book that kind of, so it's literally like a book of Sylvan. So you
It's
can
a
study
Rosetta
it to learn the
Stone.
language. Yeah,
Okay,
you
cool.
can study it to learn the language over time, and you'll get better at it as you go.
Learn to seduce Sylvans for dummies.
Sylvan's for dummies. Do I know the curse words yet? That would have been maybe the first thing I looked up.
Sure. When,
You know how to consent to sex.
we'll say you know the. You know what? Give me a percentage roll and tell me high or low.
I like it.
Yeah, but all of us forgot, so.
1d100.
But tell me high or low now.
Oh, sorry. I'll reroll, I guess.
Yeah.
So let's say low.
Okay.
Let's see what we got. Oh, 72.
So you think you know curse words,
Mm-hmm.
but what you actually know are flirtations.
Okay.
So you know how to flirt in Sylvan, but you think that they're
I don't
curse
know
words.
that. Okay.
You don't know that. As far as you understand, they're curse words.
Cool.
I mean, flirting is really important.
What?
Because, well, just Fae in general, they're just horrifically horny creatures.
Shh, it's okay. You'll like it.
All Peter's world.
Alright, so go about your business, boys.
Yeah, boy.
All right.
I get
so
out
you
my
guys walk-
two-handed greatsword.
You had a two-handed greatsword?
In my mind.
Oh my god! So you go into room 8. You see that there is a door on the far end of the room that leads into room 7. What do you guys do?
As we cross into it, is Addison aware of Nomenclature's presence in the Nothic's mind?
Addison isn't aware of anything but what's going on in the Nothic's.
Yeah, but I was in the Nothic's mind.
He was saying it's separate. Like
Yeah, it's almost like you're looking in through a fishbowl.
but I'm it's like I've got a tunnel vision, and I'm just getting I'm eating up all this stuff, learning all these things. Yeah,
I just wasn't sure if you'd be, since you were in its mind, if you'd be conscious of the other things in its mind.
Yeah, no, not unless you were doing things. So you just detecting and observing.
It knows
So,
that.
think of it like being in the Matrix. They are literally in the Matrix. You're observing it.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're seeing the code.
Yeah, you're seeing the
Laundromat
code.
redhead.
You know?
I mean, they're talking to the architect.
Getting a very confusing
Yeah,
plot.
bullshit.
Yeah.
Ergo, bullshit.
Nice.
Ergo,
So go on. So you guys what are you gonna do? So you see a door.
So wait, in room 8, there is another door. I normally see 2 doors. There's a door that goes from 7 to 8, and another door that goes from 8 back into 7, right? Isn't there a
There is.
pentagram or something in the
There's
middle?
That's in room 7.
I thought that was in room 8.
No, room 7. Those are like
It's at the
seats, I remember, to like observe what's happening inside.
Yeah.
So they're leaving room 9, going into room 7, and then you have to go through the one of the 2 doors from room 7.
Yeah, there are double doors on
That's what he's
either
saying.
side of the observation glass. There are double doors on either side of the observation glass. You can use the double doors on either side to enter room 8.
I will enter room 8.
Quick save first.
Quick save.
So, which door do you choose? What do you do?
Right hand side, we're closer to 9.
Okay, so and you attempt to open the door.
I don't attempt, I open it.
No, you don't, because
He doesn't attempt anything. He always just does.
Remember, it's garbage can, not garbage cannot.
So
does it open?
It's locked. So what are you gonna do?
There's a rogue in our party, isn't there?
2.
They're both currently mind fucking something, but yeah.
Wait,
No,
Cathixis,
my
you're a
brain.
rogue.
You're the other rogue.
As a monk and a rogue.
I'm a rogue and a warlock and a monk. Am I a rogue?
I look at
Yeah.
you and I'm just like, can you open this?
Maybe.
I gave the thieves tools as well, because I think yours.
I never had any.
Oh, yes, you were. Yeah, that's right. I remember.
Yeah, in that case, let me give myself some thieves tools. And yeah, sure. In that case, I'll give it a just college try.
The old college try.
Is that how I say things? I don't know. Yes,
Only you would know.
that is how humans react. So it's a dex check, right? Plus.
If you have plus proficiency if you have these tools.
I'm gonna assume I probably don't. Because I never. Nope.
I feel like I remember you getting thieves tools from someplace.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it was from me, because
Yeah.
I had a set on my own, and then I found this set in Mockingbird's mansion. I didn't need to, so since I know that he and I were like being all stealthy roguey beforehand, I was like, here, take these thieves tools since you're stealthier than I am.
So yeah, I am proficient in thieves tools. So it's the 2 from there plus my dex as well.
Yes.
Yeah, and as a rogue, does he get? I don't know if at the level he's at, does he get like the double proficiency?
No.
No, you would have to put expertise in thieves tools in order to double it.
No.
How's a 24?
It pops.
Just since I said please.
It pops.
Oh yeah, I like when it pops. Wait, what?
Mm.
Cathixis.
So,
Hey, it's the chain, okay?
so the door gives off an audible pop and creaks open.
Okay.
And you walk in, and it's almost like there's a door, and then there's this little room, and now there's another door in front of you that's also.
Really? Again?
Yeah.
Alright,
Yeah, there are
well,
2 doors in a row.
I'll open that one too.
Are you planning on rolling for it?
Oh, that one's locked as well. You never said it was locked.
Yeah, it was.
Where are you rolling? Are you
Rolling
rolling
room.
in the roll?
Yeah.
Oh,
He's in the rolling room.
why don't you join us in general?
Hey, exact same roll.
The
Nice.
the door pops open, and you walk in, and you give me a no, that's not what I need.
What you want?
A death save.
Yeah, sure.
Give me a oh god, what would that be?
Acrobatics?
Knowledge. No, give me a knowledge arcana roll.
I mean, it honestly doesn't matter. They're all the same. Yeah, there you go.
Mystic crap? What is this?
Wow.
What is this garbage?
Exactly.
So, you, with a 1, what? What?
I have a negative 1.
What exactly would you feel? What exactly would you know? Everything in this room feels so wrong, but so right.
It's the chain.
You don't know. All you know. This feels so wrong, but so right. It almost feels like the room is throbbing to you.
What kind of throb are we talking about here?
It's because
Stop it. It's because he's what?
he popped it.
He popped it.
Yeah.
So
That's
the
exactly
tuition
right.
room stands
So
before you.
it almost feels like the air in the room itself is throbbing to you. No one else notices this. Like everyone else feels fine.
Yeah, popped it on.
So, what do you do?
Stuffing things.
Give me a why am I blanking on what these checks are called? It's been that long. Give me a perception check. There we go.
Only since like the 8th of March.
11. Not that great.
You see movement over on the far side of the room.
Wow, really? Alright. What's over there?
Looks like
An 11. No.
what?
No, I was gonna say he rolled an 11. You don't know what you saw.
You don't know, but you can see shapes.
Yeah,
you
I
see
look
sort
there.
of. Yeah, you see 2 medium-sized, vaguely spherical shaped things floating over in the corner, and you hear a language that sounds familiar. The 2 things seem to be bickering.
Oh, damn it. They're the fucking sprite bullshits. Okay. Yeah, I'll go ahead and pull my weapon. Oh well, I already have the weapon out, so yeah.
Is the room like flat? Like there's nothing in between, like tables or anything like that?
No, the room is just a flat expanse. Why don't you guys? Have you guys entered the room as well?
Yeah, I'll have entered once he popped.
Yeah, I'm gonna step aside. At
So
that
then
point.
you guys,
Step
yes,
in.
so then you guys can give perception checks as well.
12. 12 play.
Roll a perception. Oh yeah, sorry. A 10. But hey, I rolled a 2, so I'm not complaining that I got a 10.
Okay,
And we all
so,
suck.
So, for,
Does Simone get a?
Well, she's not your animal
That's
companion,
true, yeah.
unfortunately. She's just like
so,
a friend.
so 14. So, I'll give you a little more. So seem to notice that one. So, Daergram, you have seem to have like. You seem to be able to see the room better than everyone else, and you hone in on the other side, the movement on the other side of the room. One of the orbs, one of these medium-sized orbs, seems to be green and scaly, and the other one seems to be brown and rocky.
Okay, so we got a lizard on one side, and we have a giant poo in the other.
Are they floating?
They're floating, and there seems to be these things whipping around their head.
Oh boy. We're fucked here, gents.
There seems to be these things whipping around the orb. These, like, almost like stalks.
Yes. Floating orbs with stalks.
Yeah.
Is it like one of those things where, like, when Mario hits like the block and then the stalk comes out and you can climb it?
Or in Beholder, maybe?
Yeah.
Or beholder-like objects. Beholder-adjacent things.
So you see these things. Daergram. So since you've seen them, give me a Arcana. Knowledge Arcana.
I mean, a beholder. Let me stop.
Well, there's different kinds.
Oh.
It's fitting because Ralph didn't
It
know.
doesn't have to be a beholder.
You think they're angels
Beautiful
sent from
angels.
heaven
Oh,
to help
thank.
you on this quest?
Accurate.
Well, no, you have absolutely no clue what they are. You've never seen life forms like that before. They just look really weird.
True story.
Cathixis, you did notice the movement as well, and Ozone, you saw about as much as Cathixis did. So why don't the two of you? And I mean, even a 10, it's a large flat room, so you can see them. You can see the movement on the other side of the room.
Okay.
So you can give knowledge Arcana checks as well.
All right. Oh yes.
No, no clue.
What level are we? 3.
Oh well. I was gonna try to finagle animal handling into that one. I don't know why
What the
my animal
fuck?
handling. Apparently that's higher than some of my other skills, but okay.
So, are you gonna roll nomenclature? Oh, you did roll. Oh, no, you didn't.
No, not
Nomenclature, are you gonna roll?
Oh, so I actually see it with the 10?
Yeah, I mean it's a large flat room. You see what's going on. You have a big thing. Your DC is gonna be higher than everyone else's, but.
All
And
right.
Cathixis, did you roll?
What am I rolling?
Go for that.
Arcana.
Arcana.
I mean, besides the 11 that I got before?
Yeah.
Yep.
Or the 2? Yeah, sure.
Wait, what two?
I got a 21.
Oh, hey, okay.
21. You got it.
Oh, the two of you know that the two of you recognize those things from your studies of the arcane and odd. You notice these two things that they're spectators.
Ah.
Spectate this. Wait, what?
Eldritch Blast.
You know these two things are spectators, and that's what you know. So, what are you gonna do?
So, is this the? Can I tell that it's alive or no?
Yeah, they're bickering.
They're bickering with each other.
Who's next to me?
All of us?
Sure, I'll be next to you, friend.
It's a little tiny room, right? Like in between the doors.
Oh, I don't know.
It's a big room. It's the biggest room in the place.
Oh, no, I thought we were all in between the two doors.
Oh yeah.
No, we went in. I know I went in.
That room is small.
And I said I was right behind Daergram, so if Daergram is first, I'm second.
Okay.
All right, so
Cathixis would have been first because he's the one who unlocked the doors.
Yeah,
Okay,
he
so
took first.
it's Fixus, Daergram, you, and Ozone.
Okay, so I message Cathixis,
Mm-hmm.
and I say, back away slowly. And I just I put my hand out on Daergram, and I start to slink back.
Roll stealth.
Oh, all right. It's amazing how everything, if I'm not trained in it, everything is a +5. That's not strength based. I got an 11 for stealth.
Okay, so hold on. Let me roll a. What's this? Oh, so one of them turns towards you when you try to exit the room, and it screams, "Stop!"
Hammer time?
In the game,
So the sort of reptilian looking one turns towards you and screams, "Stop!" And then the rockier looking one turns toward what the reptilian one is looking at, and sees. Let's see. Doesn't see you guys at all, and turns to his friend and turns to the other beholders. "What is wrong with you? There's nothing there." And they start bickering again. Got a fucking 1. Got a fucking 1, and they start bickering again. And you start to see. You start to see like flashes of light coming out of the eyes, aimed at each other.
Okay. So again,
Are there pillars at all? Anything to
I think
sort of hide ourselves?
No, the whole room is just an open expanse. Like there is a glass cylinder in the center of the room, which is where the distortion is, but it's completely see-through. So, technically there is a pillar, but it's not blocking line of sight.
Okay. Did they seem aggressive when that one yelled stop? Like, what's the word here? Not violent so much as hostile.
No, it was more alarm. It was more alarmed. Like it seemed shaken to see people.
Oh, okay.
It seemed shaken to see people. It wasn't expecting you guys.
Is it expecting this chaos bolt? Sorry, no.
Do it. Do it. Do it.
Do it. No. I think I'll whisper to Dr. Daergram. I think you should go talk to them.
To the giant floating ball?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, but they didn't immediately kill us.
Okay. So you observe the green one, sort of rear back and aim this sort of aim one of its eyes, and the sort of scintillating black energy shoots out of it and hits the other one, and the other one reels, and a huge gash forms across it, and black ichor starts dripping from it, and it sort of like sinks a little bit, and it turns again towards you guys, and it says, "Wait, please."
Maybe we should just let them beat each other up.
Well, He did say please.
Wait, the green or the brown one said please?
The
one with
green
extra
one.
sauce.
The green one. The brown one has now taken notice of you. Has now taken notice of you as well.
I say, how goes it, friend? And give an awkward smile.
All right. So it floats up to you, and it says, it comes up to you, and it says, "I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry that you came in here, and I wasn't there to attend you."
You can attend us now.
Yes, yes. How are you? And it sort of, and when it sees you, Cathixis, it stops for a second. And it says in Far Speak, "You're from here, but not from here like me."
Sure.
And it seems to kind of like you. The other one, the rockier looking one, is just kind of like hanging back and nursing its wound and shouting obscenities at the green one.
Why are you guys fighting?
Can't you see his skin? Look at it. It's all rocky. I am the true beholder. Look at my gorgeous, scaly skin. This is what all beholders are supposed to look like. And then the other one shrieks in agony, "No, it's not! You look terrible! You're not what the original looked like. I am."
You're both missing a lot of eyes for that.
So while they're screaming,
You said that?
Yeah.
Oof.
Should we just roll now?
Oh my god! Oh my god! You said that?
Yeah.
Okay. So it turns towards you visibly. It turns towards you visibly angry. Oh my god! And give me a wisdom saving throw.
What? You're attacking the guests now?
You just insulted its purity.
Yeah, but now they're attacking those who they're supposed to attend to?
Yes, because you insulted its purity.
Rude. 21.
21. Okay, so you're fine.
Why are you
and
being rude?
It says to you, "How dare you insult the purity of my bloodline? My bloodline is sacrosanct."
How dare you attack me?
okay, have you seen the movie Clue?
No.
I have.
Yes.
You know when Madeline Kahn smashes the champagne flute and she goes, "Please!"
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I do to get everybody's attention.
Okay.
And then once everyone is silent and looking, I just say, if we're going to discuss this, I think we should be factual. Neither of you are beholders. You are both spectators, something as equally as brilliant. You should celebrate your differences. We should all be friends. And then I pull out my lute, my pan flute, and I start playing a little tune.
Make a Constitution saving throw.
Con save? Why con save?
Because
fuck
he
you,
said
that's fine.
so.
Because you also said that they're not beholders.
I know.
Oh.
15.
So this the same scintillating black energy that shot out of one of its eyes previously at its friend shoots out at you, and it hits you, but doesn't seem to be anything. It doesn't seem that anything happened. Make another DC. Make another Constitution saving throw. Wait, hold on. What's the range on this? You don't have a range? That's weird. That's gotta be weird. That's gotta be wrong.
Does it
Oh,
say
no,
something
yeah.
in the
Yeah,
description
make
when
a
it can
DC.
see?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
see
yeah.
it. Make another Constitution saving throw.
Okay. 15 again.
The other one shoots one of its eye rays at you as well. The same one, this sort of black scintillating energy, as it yells "sacrilege," and it hits you, but nothing happens. Now when both of them see that their eye rays hit you and absolutely nothing happened, they're kind of like cowed for a second. They're a little shocked.
So when they stop, I say, you see how once you learned you guys were the same, you put your differences aside and work together to achieve the same goal? It's amazing what happens when we put two heads together.
I'm not working with him.
You just did, to try to kill me. I'd appreciate it if you both stopped, but be friends at least. And look, this is my friend. We're very different, but we're cool with each other. And then Simone chirps a little bit.
One of the beholders kind of looks at Simone and tilts its head to the side, and
Its whole body.
it tilts like the whole body kind of like rotates a little bit, and it says, "It's so ordered."
How do you mean? It's free to do as it pleases. It just so happens that it's pleased to stay with me.
It's so symmetrical. I don't like it, says the other one, and it says the green one, and then the brown one says, "I don't like it either."
That's okay. You don't have to like it. You just have to respect it.
The brown one snaps at you. "What are you doing here?"
I have no idea.
"So then leave."
Okay.
Why aren't you tending to us?
Well,
Around and try to walk out.
if you try to walk out, it lets you leave.
Yeah, I go back into the room where Addison and the Nothic are.
Mhm.
You just come back and it's still screaming.
Yeah. Yeah, you're still attached to each other and it's still screaming.
I cast message and tell Addison some shit's going down.
It's not gonna. I have to be aware. Hear you.
You just have to have ears.
I'm not aware. I have to be able to hear what's happening.
Really?
Yeah. I'm like, it's a cantrip.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like you say it and it's like you whisper in my ear. Yeah, it's not like telepathy.
Yeah.
So it's still like physical. It's like you whisper and it travels a distance and then I would hear a whisper.
But no one else hears it. It is telepathy.
Oh yeah. But I'm saying you do that, but I'm not aware of anything that's happening.
Yeah, this is to bring you into consciousness.
No,
I mean, you can break Addison's concentration by doing like say if you were to like shake Addison to break their concentration, Addison would have to do like a concentration check. That would be like really the only thing you could really
The only
do.
thing I want to ask is, since I have not been the whole time, I just want to know, do I glean everything from this thing?
You glean everything that you really could, because there's not much information about there's not really any information about the thing's former life, just like little tattered snippets here and there, but it's nothing cohesive that you can make any sense of. The main thing that it is obsessed with are that you see a lot of are magic items and this distortion. Those are the two main things that you see, and a sort of a yearning to either be made whole again or die.
Yeah, I just looked it up and it doesn't say you having to be.
I'm not saying the spell. The thing that that's happening right now with this thing. It's not the spell at all. I don't know what's happening. He said, I'm completely unaware of anything happening around me. I don't even know this thing is screaming in my face. Okay, so if I glean everything from this, like if there's nothing important to get from it at all, then I just end the connection.
Yeah. So when you end the connection, you've walked back into the room, correct? Nomenclature.
Yes.
So you notice everyone else is gone except Nomenclature, and the Nothic that you were holding is now kind of on the ground, kind of like holding itself, rocking back and forth and whimpering.
While it's there, I like kneel down to it and I'm just kind of like petting it, like trying to soothe it a little bit.
When you touch it, it sort of wails in fear and agony and sort of like runs to the corner and like huddles in the corner and starts shivering.
Yeah, I definitely feel really bad about that. I didn't realize, because I just knew that I was like going and getting stuff. I didn't realize I was actually hurting it.
Well, of course.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying Addison feels like really bad. Like Addison just kind of like looks down at like, you know, their hands, just kind of clenches a fist, just closing their eyes, taking like a resolute inhale, and then just gets up stone-faced and turns and looks to Nomenclature. What's been going on?
So some shit's about to go down. In the room, we've got two big monsters that are having a little bit of a powwow, and now they've turned their attention to us. It's not hostile yet, but I feel like it's going that route. They're spectators, if you know what that means.
Would I know what those are?
Roll an Arcana, Knowledge Arcana.
A 9.
No.
Yeah, I just look at it, I just shrug.
Do you know what a beholder is?
Roll Arcana again.
I mean, I feel like everybody has at least heard of a...
Also a 9 again.
Yeah, but that's going to be an easier... Yeah, so I would say for that, you know.
Yeah, like, I don't know much of it. I'm like... Big ball thing, eyes...
Greedy tentacle rays?
Oh, those eyes have rays?
Oh yeah, they shoot all this crazy shit.
Oh.
So now imagine two tiny versions of that, less lethal, but still as fucking crazy.
There was nothing about the... So, basically, I got a whole lot of used shit being gone this whole time.
You got what?
I got, like, nothing. I got the exact same stuff that John got.
No, the little more that you got would be the Nothic's yearning to either be made whole or die. You got more of a definitive picture of what would happen to the world if this was allowed to continue. So you're much more. I would say you're much more afraid of the danger of that thing than say John is, because you saw more.
That room, like that room with the magic seal, like the sigil.
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
and you kind of get the sense that being in the general proximity of that thing for too long could be dangerous. You know, like you feel kind of okay where you are, but you kind of feel like maybe the other people who have gone into that room to investigate could be in danger.